good evening.
Hey.
What a great day to be in Dillon, South Carolina.
Amen.
I want to thank you for gathering with us as we celebrate 5 great years of operation at Inland Port Dillon. And we all should clap our hands. And it's been a great 5 years. It's been a great 5 years. I want to thank all of you for coming out here today. I want to extremely thank my entire team for what they have done in keeping freight moving. It has been a difficult 5 years because of the pandemic and the backlogs of vessels. But guess what? If you look behind me, what do you see? A host of containers that we're moving. We keep freight moving. And as we celebrate today, I want you to keep in mind that this is a milestone. And to further that milestone, I am going to welcome you, one of the greatest leaders in the maritime community. One of the greatest leaders that not only speak, but exemplifies what she says. Further ado, we introduce to you our CEO of the South Carolina Ports Authority and President, Barbara Melvin, to the podium.
Thank you, Michael. So Michael Elmore is our manager here at the terminal, and I'll talk about him in just a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure that you all knew who really was in charge of the Dillon Inland Port. How many folks were here for the groundbreaking? How many folks were here for the grand opening? What about this weather? How about it? So it was rainy, then it was cold, and now everyone is celebrating what we're here to celebrate today. So welcome to Inland Port Dillon. Thank you to our partners, elected officials. We have county council members here, customers, community partners, and our teammates for joining us today. It's great to be here with the team and our board members, including board member Mark Bike, who is from the PD area. Is Julia with you? There's Julia, the better half. We are so excited to celebrate all that we have achieved together during the past 5 years. It was 5 years ago, almost to the day, that we were here opening this facility. What an accomplished 5 years we have had. The idea for Inland Port Dillon came from seeing the success of our first inland port in Greer. As a matter of fact, we were just talking about this, weren't we, Buzzy? That you got a tour of the inland port in Greer to know what to expect here in Dillon. And that terminal in Greer opened in 2013. We at the port decided to be bold once again and open a second inland port in Dillon in 2018. This was an innovative and cutting-edge idea at the time that few ports in the country were undertaking. But we believed strongly that South Carolina ports needed rail-served inland terminals in South Carolina where you could ground containers. We wanted to extend the Port of Charleston's reach inland to better serve our customers. We launched Inland Port Dillon with Harbor Freight Tools, and I know some of you all are here today, as our anchor tenant. With their support and confidence in us, we wouldn't be here but for that today. Today we swiftly handle goods for importers like Harbor Freight Tools and exporters like International Paper, the Andersons, and Darlington International. We support many farmers and agricultural producers in the region, connecting their products to international markets. We have great partnerships with grain facilities in the Dillon area, such as Performance Ag. If you're here, raise your hand. Palmetto Grain, Smithfield Grain, Northwest Grains, and C&M Hog Farms. Their operations enable us to load grain and soybean products from Dillon for export. Together, we have all seen growth. Our rail-served inland ports provide importers and exporters with a direct connection to the Port of Charleston. We swiftly move goods between container ships and inland ports via rail. Trucks then take the goods to their final destinations, and we have this tremendous partnership with CSX, which helps us serve this Dillon terminal. The use of rail also helps us have more sustainable operations, reducing emissions when compared to only moving cargo by trucks by 75%. This supports truck drivers and motor carriers by creating more short-haul truck trips, allowing them to continue to earn a good living and spend more time at home. None of these benefits would be possible without the incredible team here at Inland Port Dillon. Thank you, Bob Reinecke, for your tremendous efforts to grow this cargo base. Thank you, Steve Kemp, Mike Hoffman, and Michael Elmore for all of your leadership. Michael, who you met earlier, leads this team so well. As you could see from the introduction and talk about what happens here in Dillon, his passion is truly inspiring. He operates this terminal as a family business with a focus on camaraderie and teamwork. You can see this with teammates like Greg Sharpie. Where are you? There you are. You can't miss Greg, very tall in the back, who has served with us for 28 years. I don't want to hear any more about that countdown to retirement. And Rose, where are you, Rose? Thank you. Who first worked with us at the port in Charleston and then later joined us here. Could everyone on the Dillon team please raise your hand? We want to thank you. We want to thank you for your talent and your dedication that kept freight moving, even in the most challenging times. Everyone in South Carolina owes you a big thank you. As you can see here, this investment has been tremendously successful, and there's more growth in our future. We have seen time and time again how port investments create jobs. As a matter of fact, when you're looking at all the companies and jobs that are tied to the port, our port operations in the PD area alone support 25,000 jobs. Statewide, it's 225,000 jobs. So 1 in 10 jobs, either directly or indirectly, is supported by port operations. That's tremendous. We're so proud of that. And we're most proud of the fact that we pay 35% higher wages than the average South Carolinian earns. Every time a container moves, it represents an economic opportunity. An opportunity to build pride and strengthen our communities. And let's talk a minute about how important it is to open a terminal like this and invest in infrastructure in a community that supports your operations. It's not possible without that community support. And what we see here in Dillon should be emulated everywhere that we make investments. As we celebrate 5 years in Dillon, we also celebrate the busiest month Inland Port Dillon has ever had. We moved more than 4,300 containers in the month of March. So again, please help me thank you. We are so proud, if you can't tell, to be a part of this community, and we look forward to more growth here in the years to come. Thank you for joining us this morning. All right, so please enjoy some refreshments.